The Practitioner Level Diploma in Sound Therapy is an in-depth course which focuses on one-to-one therapy, but you can also apply the techniques learned to groups as well. So in this course we have 2 different pathways, but the outcome is that you're able to work quite deeply with people, not only with sound but also with our self-reflective method called the 5 R's. So there are 6 different instruments: Himalayan singing bowls, voice, crystal bowls, drum, monochord and gong. Now we have 2 separate pathways. One is called deep exploration. Now that means that you can study with less instruments, so you can just study 1 instrument if you want to in depth. Some people do 2 instruments at deeper exploration level, but we wouldn't necessarily recommend you do more than 2. However, if you want to look at more than 2 instruments, then we recommend you taking the mixed methods pathway, which means you can study 3 or 4 different instruments. So basically, 1 month before the course starts, you'll have the fundamental module, which gives you all the basics and all the underpinnings and our research underneath how we hear, how sound works, what instruments you'll be working with. There's also an equipment webinar which goes out which tells you more about all the different instruments. You can order through us if you want to, or you can get your instruments from somewhere else. It's up to you. You'll come into module 1 where all of the instruments will be played. We'll go through all of the different techniques. We just introduce the instruments to you. You'll have lots of lovely sound bars and your exploration into therapeutic sound will deepen. We'll also be working with the 5 R's process, which is the mindfulness and self-reflective method that we have. So after that first module, there'll be 3 months of coursework to do, which you want to allow 2 to 3 hours a week for. And this is where your journey with the instruments really deepens. So you might be sitting with a Himalayan bowl and playing it for 20 minutes and then writing about how that feels in the body, or you might have chosen to work with gong or monochord. So there'll be lots of lovely practical exercises for you to get your teeth into, as well as listening exercises as well to hone and tone your ears, which are obviously really important for a sound therapist. You'll also be working with the 5 R's reflective process as well. So all of that lovely experiential work over that 3-month period helps you to really kind of embody the different techniques. And then you'll be coming into module 2. And that's when the one-to-one work really deepens. So you'll be working with 1 or 2 different people, and you'll be taking it in turns to be a client, to be a practitioner, to observe treatments going on. And the whole treatment process gets a lot deeper. So we talk about how to apply the instruments in different settings, a little bit more about what goes on in the brain when we hear sound, and as a result, how we apply sound in a therapeutic context. So we'll share all of that as well. So following module 2, there'll be 1 more month of coursework where you start to revise the work that you're doing, that you've done so far, and there'll be an online assessment as well, which is done on a certain day online, and it's just basically testing your knowledge. Then after that, you can start your case study period. Now, the number of clients that you see will depend on the number of instruments that you've chosen to work with. But it will average out to be just over 1 client a week. Okay, so if that gives you an idea as to how doable the course is. Most people are able to fit their training in around their busy lives, their work and their families. So it is possible. So if you have any questions, please email us, and I hope to see you on the course soon.